This is a poem that has been one of my all-time favorites by Edgar Allan Poe. It's called The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, why I pondered weak and weary over the quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Ah, distantly I remember, it was a bleak December, and each separate dying amber wrote its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from the book's surcease of sorrow for the lost Eleanor, for the rare, radiant maiden whom the angels named Eleanor, nameless here and forevermore. And the silken, satin, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entering my entrance at my chamber door. That is it and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or maiden, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared dream before. But the silence was unbroken. The darkness gave no token, and the only word spoken was the whispered word, "Eleanor." This I whispered, and the echo murmured back the word "Eleanor," merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber churning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard the tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then, thereat is the mystery implore. Let my heart be still a moment in the mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, nothing more." Open then I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and a flutter, and there stepped a stately raven of saintly days of yore. Not the least obedience made he, not an instant stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this begone bird, ebony bird begone my sad fancy into a smiling. By the grave and stern decorum of constance it wore. Though thy chest be sworn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, an ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's platum shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though it answers little meaning, little reverence bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing the bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only one word, as if his soul in that one word did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness, broken by the reply so amply spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters, is it only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, who, unmerciful disaster, follow faster, till his song burden bore, till the dridges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into a smile. Straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of the bird, and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly gunt, an ominous bird of yore meant, and croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no symbol expressing to the fowl whom furious eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat dividing, with my head at ease reclining on the cushioned velvet lining that the lamp light gloweth over. But whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight glowing over? She shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from unseen censers swung by Seraphanum, whose footfalls tinkled on the tuffled floor. Wrenched, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by the angels he hath sent thee, respite, nepenteth from the memories of Eleanor. Quaif, oh quaif, this kind nepenthe, and forgot this Eleanor, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee ashore, desolate yet all undaunted on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there a palm of Galilee? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a saintly maiden, whom the angels named Eleanor, clasps a fair and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Eleanor, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or friend, I shriek, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night platinum shore. Leave no black plum as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit thy bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flinting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes all the seeming as of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streameth, throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out of that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore. Thank you for listening to me read, even though I kind of messed up a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.